What's going on, guys? Sticks here with the Token Minorities, bringing you another deck on Pokemon TCGO, and today I am bringing you a standard deck centered around the combination of Zoroark and Golisopod. And before I get into the deck, just a reminder that if you guys like this video or found it helpful, please leave a like, drop a comment, click that subscribe button, it helps us out a ton, and let's do more cool stuff for you guys. And if you are new to the channel, first of all, welcome, and second of all, here at TTM we are a collaborative channel, so there was more than just the TCG content, which is why you clicked on this video. We also have draft format content as well as a couple of other things. So yeah, if any of that interests you, please feel free to subscribe and also check out our Discord that will be linked in the description below. Now, as for the question of the day, this is going to be the last video of mine, anyway, that comes out before we start doing Lost Thunder, before Lost Thunder comes out, and I'm going to be doing those decks for a couple weeks. And my question of the day is, what card are you guys most excited for coming out of that set? Now, I know that there's a lot of hype around, well, lightning types because, I mean, hey, it's called Lost Thunder, so a lot of hype around those things. But honestly, the card that I'm most excited for is going to be Lugia-GX. Now, I know it's not going to be like meta-defining, or it might not even be particularly meta-relevant, but the reason that I'm most excited for it is, for whatever reason, I always have a soft spot in my heart for any Lugia card. I don't know why. I don't really like it in the game. I mean, Lugia's not one of my favorite Pokemon or anything, but whenever there's a Lugia card printed, I don't know. I just always want to try to find a way to build some sort of deck around it. Whether it's successful or not, I want to build a Lugia deck. So can't explain it. Can't really justify it, but yeah, Lugia is one of my favorite TCG mods. Again, I don't really like it in the video game. It's not one of my favorite mods or anything like that. Just for whatever reason, I gotta have me some Lugia decks whenever it comes out. So yeah, that is the deck that I'm most excited for from Lost Thunder. Let me know what your guys' favorite cards are, or what cards you guys are most excited for in the comments section down below. Love to hear what you guys think of the set and what cards you want to see, or not want to see, cards you can't wait to see come out. But anyway, onto the deck. Like I said, it's centered around the combination of Zoroark and Golisopod. And this isn't really like a new combination by any stretch of the imagination. Like, both of these were used together way pre-rotation, and post-rotation they are still a very, very solid duo. I mean, I think it's a little bit worse post-rotation. I can't really put my finger on exactly why, but it still is very, very solid. I had a ton of success using it in when I was testing the deck. I mean, admittedly, it still is TCGO, so I'm not like, oh my god, this is the best meta deck ever. No, I mean, it can win. Like, it can win a very high amount of the games that it plays. So yeah, I enjoy playing it, but really, it's just very straightforward. You have the Zoroark with the trade and Riotous Beating, where you get cards from your deck. You're able to see a ton of cards per turn with trade, and then you have Riotous Beating that hits for 120 at least each turn if you have a full bench. Then you also have Golisopod with First Impression for a single grass energy. It's able to hit for 130 damage, or 120 damage, sorry. 150 if you have a Choice Band, much like Zoroark. And so really the whole name of the game is just like, have these guys that are super bulky come up, not be able to be one-shot by your opponent's Pokemon, and then just kind of recycle them, repeatedly use them, deny your opponent prizes, while you're able to pretty much two-shot everything in the game. So yeah, that's the whole thing. Prize denial and attacking for low energy costs for around 120 damage to try to two-shot everything that you go up against. So as for the numbers of Pokemon that we were running, single copy of this Oranguru, not the draw support Oranguru because we already have draw support with Zoroark, but also this deck is entirely reliant on special energy, be that DCE or rainbow energy, so we obviously don't have particularly high numbers of energy. So when we have the energy, we want to be able to keep it on the field, recur it, and if we're not able to, like Enhanced Hammer, I've been seeing a ton of that because, I mean, that makes sense because format has a ton of special energy and is very special energy reliant. So, I mean, I'm even running a couple Enhanced Hammer just because that's how heavy the format is on reliance on special energy. So Oranguru with special charge, not in the meta. Oranguru is our way of recurring those. Yeah, putting them on the bottom of the deck is unfortunate, but given how many shuffle draw cards there are in this deck, I mean, it really doesn't end up coming into play all that much. So yeah, Oranguru for recursion, You have 4/4 of Zorua and Zoroark, just because the more Zoroark you have on the field, the more draw support you get. So, I mean, playing 4 Zoroark on the field is never a bad thing. That's just 4 trades that you get to use. Yeah, I know I usually say, well, if you knock out 3 of them, then you lose the game anyway, but that's not the case with Zoroark. With Zoroark, the more you have on the field, the more benefit you get from having those even on the bench. So yeah, that's why we're running 4/4 of those. Running 3/3 of Wimpod and Golisopod, and this is where I'm going to say, because if you knock out 3 Golisopod, you lose the game. You thought I had avoided saying that, but nope, this is where that comes into play, because Golisopod, the only real benefit you're getting out of it is when it's attacking. Like, Golisopod is an attacker and nothing else. It doesn't support the team the way Zoroark does, so that's why we're able to get away with running a lower number. And also Golisopod, I mean, while it can attack, Zoroark is also, like, these are co-main attackers, so we don't, like, need heavy lines of one particular mon in order to just attack. Like, both of these can attack just as easily as each other, because 4 Rainbow for Golisopod and 4 DCEs for Zoroark. So just pretty straightforward, able to run 4 Zoroark because of the benefit, 3 Golisopod because they only benefit when they attack, and then 2 Lele for the setup. I'm running Apricorn Maker in this deck, trying it out in more Zoroark decks, seeing how I like it, just because, I mean, later in the game, it's nice to be able to get the Apricorn Maker to get another Zoroark out of your deck, or a Golisopod, or something to that effect. Just Apricorn Maker for a particular ball card, which you can use in a given situation. So yeah, that's what I'm going for. Lele into Apricorn Maker is the ideal start for this deck. 2, Enhanced Hammer, because again, like I said, very special energy reliant in the current meta, so that's what we're going for there. An Escape Rope to not only help activate First Impression, but also get stuff out of the active spot, as well as be able to kind of disrupt our opponent, act as a pseudo Guzma if there's only like 1 Pokemon on the bench. Just Escape Rope comes in handy quite a bit. 1 Field Blower, only 1, because we really don't need it all that much. However, getting rid of Choice Bands is always nice. 3 Nest Ball, 2 Timer Ball, and 4 Ultra Ball as our methods of searching out Pokemon from our deck. Nest Ball, really the first turn that you generally go for is Lele into Apricorn Maker into 2 Nest Ball. It thins the deck out so that you're more likely to draw into the stuff that you want to draw into, but also just Nest Ball being able to be Pokemon Fan Club, essentially. Like, get 2 basic Pokemon onto the bench. You can use that to set up your Zoruas and Wimpods, all that good stuff. And then Timer Ball, trying it out, still not sure how good it's going to be in truly competitive decks, but I mean, hey, it's worked so far. And I mean, yeah, there are times where you flip 2 tails and it's like, well, that was just a dead card, but there are times where it does really come in handy not having to discard like you do with Ultra Ball. So yeah, I'm trying out 2 Timer Ball still, and it's worked so far. We are also running a single copy of Pal Pad, just because with these supporters in this deck, like Acerola, Guzma, and Cynthia, well, Acerola and Guzma in particular, I mean, even though 4 of them is, like, we're running the absolute max number of them, but I still find myself wanting, like, an extra Guzma or an extra Acerola at a certain point. And also late in the game, like, getting 2 more Guzmas back in the deck increases your odds of being able to draw into it when you need it, or when you really need it to get like a KO or something like that, or Acerola when you want to deny a prize. Just increases the odds of drawing into the supporter that you want in a given situation, because with Zoroark, you have arguably enough draw support to where you don't need to play a draw supporter every single turn if you have multiple Zoroark up. So just being able to Pal Pad some supporter like a Guzma or Acerola back into the deck late in the game can definitely win you the game. So that's why I like a single copy of Pal Pad. And then actually 2 Rescue Stretchers, which wasn't a fan of at first, but the more I tried it, the more I ended up liking it, just because you can keep recurring Zoroark. Like, you can discard a Zoroark for trade and then get that thing right back. I mean, it's just very, very versatile in what it allows you to do with the mons that, or with the cards that you have. Just discard some. You can discard with a little bit less impunity, or you can discard with a little bit more impunity. Sorry, said that wrong. So, well, just because you have the ability to save your energy, but then get the Pokemon back with Rescue Stretcher. As for the supporters, 4/4 of Cynthia and Guzma, that's just my standard line. I really like 2 of those having, or I really like those 2 having the maximum of each of those, just so you can have them when you need them. Absolute max number of Acerola, because both Zoroark and Golisopod enjoy being Acerola'd up, because they're rarely going to get one-hit KO'd. So just being able to deny your opponent prizes is really what this deck is all about. 2 Apricorn Maker to increase the odds of being able to Lele into that first turn, and then 2 Judges to kind of disrupt our opponent late game, because we do run Zoroark, so we are less affected by that. 3 Choice Bands to boost our damage output, and then 4/4 of DCE and Rainbow. So yeah, that is the deck. Let's just go ahead and see this deck in action. Guys, I am so sorry. Right in the middle of this game, Camtasia decided to crash, and that's so frustrating because this was such a good game too. As you can see, we are up against a Garbodor Magcargo and obviously, I mean, like, fighting deck, and so, I mean, I've already seen Buzzwole. So this is a very, very interesting matchup because Buzzwole hurts us really, really badly, as it can one-shot like Zoroark, and then also I have to be careful about my items because then I can get knocked out by Garbodor. But yeah, like, that was so frustrating because it was such a good game, and I'd already been recording for like 10 minutes up to this point. Oh, I'm overestimating. It was like 7 or 8 minutes up to this point, and then it just crashed, stopped recording, and I was like, no, this is a good game. So yeah, we're coming in halfway through. I am so sorry, but we are going to see that his Garbodor is going to be able to knock out the Golisopod. You didn't see my discard pile, but yeah, just enough items in the discard pile in order for Garbodor to be able to knock me out. And now I'm in a rough spot because I have to be careful about how I play my items. Because what I can do, okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, what am I saying? We already know that there's enough. So what I'm going to do is Apricorn Maker this turn. Because I want to knock out this Garbodor. Like, I don't want to have to... Because I want to knock out this Garbodor. I don't want to let him live, so I can't Guzma this turn. So what I'm going to do is Ultra Ball, get rid of... How do I want to do this? 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10. I can't count. And that will be enough. So let's actually get rid of the Choice Band because it doesn't matter anymore, and the Judge. I want to keep my DCEs. Let's go ahead and grab a Wimpod so that I will be able to have... Yeah, we'll be able to knock out this Garbodor. Let's DC up the active Zoroark. And then let's go ahead and Riotous Beating, knock him out. I'm not going to bother trading just because, I mean, if he judges me, I want the ability to... Yeah, I want the ability to more than likely draw into my DCE, because what can happen right now? He needs an energy attached to Garbodor in order to knock me out. But then he'll go down to 1 prize. All I have to do is attach my DCE to my Zoroark. Wait, how do I do this? Actually, I can just bring up the Magcargo. That's all I have to do. So, yeah, this coming turn, unless he gets rid of my hand... If he knocks me out, he goes down to 1 prize me, but that's a foregone conclusion at this point. What I have to do, put up my, basically anything but, actually I can even put up my, I can put up anything literally, because I do have another Zoroark in my hand. And he does just end up passing, he doesn't have anything, so we will actually be able to win the game. But what I was saying is if he knocked me out, I would go into anything, evolve my Zorua into a Zoroark on the bench, DCE up the Zoroark on the bench, Guzma up the Magcargo, and even with only 4 Mons on the bench, Riotous Beating would still hit for 100 damage, which would be enough to knock out the Magcargo. So I'm really bummed that my Camtasia crashed in the beginning, in the middle, towards the end of that game, because that was a really, really good game that I tried to resource management, play against the type disadvantage, but yeah, that really sucks. Hopefully I can get you guys another really good one, because that was an awesome one, but I don't know. Maybe hopefully you enjoyed the ending of it at least, but yeah, let's go ahead and try to find another one with this deck. Alrighty, we have found another one with hopefully the same luster as the previous game, because man, I'm still just bummed out about how Camtasia crashed and I lost the first half of that great game. Like, that was such a good game. I know you guys only saw like 3 minutes of it, but that was just so much thought went into that, and just resource management early, and that's all lost. So I'm sorry about that, guys. I really am. That's super frustrating. But we do get what looks like a Garchomp deck based on the team build. But okay, so I start off with actually a pretty darn amazing start, because what I can do, start with Zorua, grab a Wimpod, Apricorn Maker for another Zorua and another Wimpod, and basically get all I want turn 1. Like, I will potentially have to... Actually, you know what? I can just Ultra Ball for Lele in the next turn anyway. So, yeah, this is super, super ideal start for us, just being able to have Zorua, and okay, the Swablu, Ladia. Oh no, this is a dragon deck. Crap. Well, this is like a Latios Altaria deck, and that's gonna be real rough. But what I'm gonna do is Apricorn Maker. I'm gonna play all 3 of my Nest Balls this turn, and that's ridiculously ideal for me. And I even top deck into Lele, so I won't have to Ultra Ball for it next turn. I can save my Acerola, like I won't have to discard it either. So let's go ahead and grab, yeah, 2 Zorua and 2 Wimpod. Let's play the DCE onto the active. It really doesn't matter. I will be able to knock out the Swablu next turn anyway, just because, I mean, even if he puts me to sleep and I stay asleep, I can evolve into Zoroark and then knock him out. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to do. Actually, you know what? Depending on what I can draw into, I might just be able to get rid of the Acerola. So yeah, let's do that. Let's Ultra Ball, get rid of the Acerola and the Choice Band, because I mean, I really don't need to see either of those right now to grab a Zoroark, so I can at least guarantee myself the fact that I'll knock out this Swablu. Let's knock out, or let's evolve, and then let's Lele for a Cynthia. Really hoping my opponent has nothing and isn't just holding on to a crap ton of cards. What I could have also done is gone for a Guzma that turn, but I mean, it's too late now. I mean, knocking out the Swablu, preventing Altarias is more than ideal anyway. So what I'm going to do now, actually, how do I want to do this? Let's trade, get rid of the Choice Banks. I mean, odds are my opponent plays only like Tapu Lele-GX, and even then I'll have to 2-shot that thing. So really, Choice Band won't be doing a whole lot for me this game. Let's Ultra Ball, get rid of the Rescue Stretcher and the Wimpod. Probably just grab another Zoroark. Actually, you know what? No, let's grab another Zorua. Let's grab another Zorua so that I can have a full bench. And yeah, let's just knock out the Swablu. I mean, like, I have zero reason to just grab another Golisopod at this point, because I mean, I wouldn't be attacking with it either way. And this way, I at least have a Zorua on there. And Dragon Fleet is going to be really annoying to have to play around. If my opponent ends up drawing into it. So let's see, how do I want to do this? Won't be able to one-shot, and he does have Rare Candy and a Garchomp. Crap, so he was holding on to some good stuff. So he's gonna evolve into Garchomp, play the... Oh no! He actually has the Lance this early, so that is craptacular for me. Crap. So what I'm gonna do, I think I might just have to GX attack. Like, I want to get rid of this Garchomp ASAP, because that thing is going to be able to one-shot, like, my Golisopod. Oh, my Golisopod Zoroark. So what I'm going to do, bust out my GX attack on this Garchomp. I really would have liked to have one-shotted Latios with it, but Garchomp with the 2 Altarias is way too big of a threat. I have to get rid of that immediately. Latios, while it can still hit for a ton of damage, isn't going to be one-shotting me anytime soon, so that's not like the end of the world, and he is going to go ahead and Mysterious Treasure. Probably grab a Lele just so he can get a fresh hand. But I just had to hope that my opponent does not draw into DCE, because if he doesn't draw into DCE, then Latios will be doing a whole lot of jack at this point. So yeah, grabs the Cynthia. Okay, no DC, no whammy, no whammy. Don't even remember where that was from. I know it was like a game show. Was it even called like No Whammy? I'd never seen it. I just know that no whammy is like a phrase that people use. So, okay, do we see the DCE? Does it come out onto the Latios? Yes, it does. Unfortunate. So he will be able to smack me for 140? If my math's right. And now it's 170. Okay, enough of that. But I think I want to start targeting down the Altarias as opposed to the Latios, because the Latios is nothing without the Altarias. The Altarias can still support his team without the Latios. So I think I'm going to target down the Latios. Let's grab Zoroark, see if I can draw into... Need to try to draw into a Guzma. Because if I can draw into Guzma, then I'll be able to bring up an Altaria and take that thing out, which is super ideal. Ooh, let's go ahead and see if we can hit this. And we actually hit 2 heads, so that is beautiful. Able to grab another Golisopod and another Zoroark. So At this point, I am casting my line and I'm going fishing. Like, might as well just put up a sign in my store that says "Gone Fishing," because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going for that Guzma. If I can't get that Guzma, well then rip me. But okay, we have one more chance. One more chance. Come on, Guzma. Let's see if I can get you. Because that would be ideal. And there we go. That's what I like to see. So we get the Guzma. I get the... Gonna put the Rainbow Energy onto my Golisopod. Let's bring up an Altaria because, like I said, Altaria can function without Latios. Like, it can just support the team. But Latios without Altarias is just not hitting for any damage at all because you need evolved Pokemon in play. And then if I can take out all the Altarias and he doesn't, and even if he gets the Gibble powered up, then that is 70 damage per or 80 damage per turn. That is something that I can 100% play around. Like, I don't have to really worry about that. Actually, it's, what is it? It's like 100 damage per turn because of the Choice Band and the Altaria. So, man, he actually, whew, that's unfortunate because he will be able to knock out my Zoroark this turn. I was hoping that he would have to try to attack into my Golisopod and then I would survive. But no, unfortunately, that's not the case. He is able to knock out my Zoroark. Going to go into my Golisopod, have to two-shot this thing, and there's the Acerola, one turn too late. So what I'm going to do, Pal Pad put both Guzmas back in my deck, because I just have a feeling at some point I'm just going to have to, like, Guzma the crap out of a bunch of stuff. And then let's put back 2 Zoruas and a Zoroark. That is just fine. And then let's DC up this Zoroark. And then, do I want to hold on to the Acerola? No, I think it's best if I just Cynthia this turn to try to draw into the Zorua. There we go. That's what I like to see. And an escape rope. Ooh. This is nice. So do I want to try to two-shot the... So what do I want to do? Do I want to two-shot the Latios, or do I want to go for the... or something on the bench? Because odds are he would go into his Chomp. But you know what? Let's just 2-hit KO this Latios. This Latios is being very, very annoying. So I want to put that in range of something. Yeah, he can... Actually, no, he can't knock me out this turn. There's no way he can knock me out because of the reduced damage from Armor Press. So that's pretty darn ideal. Unless he switches. But why'd he switch? Is he gonna Guzma up something? Actually, he just plays the Choice Band and Lele's. Why is he doing this? What's my opponent's play? Is he gonna try to bring up... So 1, 2... That's 50... That's 100 damage. 150 with Latios. And I was thinking he was trying to go for like a knockout on my Lele by grabbing the Guzma, but he didn't quite have enough damage. He needed 20 more damage. So I knew Lele was safe, but he does just go for the Lily, goes for the draw support. That's fine. Let's see what he does with his Garchomp this turn. Because what I can still do, I mean, the Armor Press play is still very, very viable. Unless he just wants to retreat into Latios and attack. So that might be... Yeah, he is just going to retreat into Latios because of that nice free treat. And he's going to attach the energy to his Zoroark... Or his... Not his Zoroark, his Garchomp. Okay, that's fine. He's going to get Garchomp set up. What am I more scared of? Am I more scared of the Latios or am I more scared of the Garchomp? I think the answer is very clearly I'm more scared of the Garchomp, as it can one-shot everything, and the more evolutions of his that I take out, the less threat Latios is. So I think my play is, oh crap, there's a Riolu. Okay, this is not good. But what I think I'm going to do, it's going to Dragon Fleet. That's fine. That's 140. That's okay. I have Guzma. Ooh. I actually have... Yeah, now I can just trade for Apricorn Maker. Just give myself more options. I'm not searching for anything in particular. Well, besides Acerola. Acerola would actually be super clutch right now. But I think my play, nonetheless, is to ultimately just Guzma. Actually, oh, Acerola is there. Do I want to play that, or do I want to... Screw it. Let's deny the prize. I mean, he will be able to power up... Actually, he'll be able to one-shot with Garchomp this coming turn. I don't know how smart that was. Actually, you know what? I stand by my play. I stand by it because I will be able to... I mean, I was going to go down in one hit to Garchomp. Anyway, I would have to put up something fresh and still have the damaged Golisopod on the bench. And, man, I really would have liked for him to have a DCE on Garchomp this turn, because then I could really set him back. But, oops, sorry, bang the table. What I'm going to do is will Armor Press make a difference? No. Armor Press will not make a difference. So I'm just going to power up this Wimpod. And yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to hold off on my Enhanced Hammer. I want to force him to commit another DCE, or yeah, second DCE to the Garchomp. Because yeah, at this point, all he needs is a DCE to power it up and take 2 prizes and then be 2 prizes away. But I think my play is still the same regardless. So my opponent is actually putting up one heck of a fight. There's the DCE. There's the Cynthia. Okay, so I think my play this coming turn, he will be able to knock me out. That's just a foregone conclusion. What I have to do is 2-shot him while going for a Judge. Yeah, I think Judge is 100% my play, just to get rid of that DCE, Judge him down to 4, know that he can't Lele into like Cynthia or anything like that, and then pray that he doesn't draw into the DCE. Because that would be quite big, in all honesty. So, yeah, he's gonna... Let's see, how do I want to do this? I definitely want to 2-shot the Garchomp. Or do I want to start targeting down a Lele, try to 2-shot that and stall? So he is going to go ahead and Royal Blades me. I mean, that's big knockout. I'm going to put up my Wimpod, actually. Or no. Let's Zoroark. Or do I want to put up Wimpod so that I can Armor Press, fish for like my Field Blower and the Judge? You know what? I think I'm going to go the safer route. Play the Zoroark there. Know that I have to Judge in order to win the game. So let's Enhanced Hammer, get rid of that DCE, force him to be able to draw into it, evolve the Wimpod into Golisopod. Do I want to do this? Or do I want to... No. I mean, there's no reason to not evolve. And then I think I start fishing again. I think I start fishing for that Judge, because I need him to not have... Ooh, I can play down Zorua. Or, actually, you know what? I can Lele for a guaranteed Judge. What am I even doing? Why am I fishing right now? I can just Lele for the Judge. There we go. And there's the Field Blower and Choice Band, but I mean, Choice Band doesn't make much of a difference. Yeah, Judge is 1,000,000,000% my play. Just try to prevent him from being able to draw into that DC. Because if he draws into the DCE and a Cynthia, then I'm screwed. But, ooh, here we go. So that is actually kind of big. Actually, no, he can still knock me out. Unless... Ooh. I can actually take a knockout with armor... Ooh, no matter what he goes into... Wait. How does this work? So I'm having to force him out into something. If he goes into Altaria, then Royal Blades will not be able to kill me in the next turn unless he gets a... So he needs to get a Choice Band, DCE, and a Cynthia off of a Judge to 4. He goes into Lele. Holy crap, this is huge. I'm going to go into the Golisopod and Armor Press this turn 100%. So this is absolutely gigantic, because my opponent... Okay, if he gets he needs Escape Rope, Cynthia, and a DCE in order to win the game. So I'm just going to pray that he doesn't draw into all of those, because he can't Guzma. If he Guzmas, then he can't Cynthia, and he has to Cynthia in order for Royal Blades to knock me out. So that's not an option. He also needs to find a way to get the Lele out of the active spot. And considering Floatstone is not currently in the format, unless he runs Escape Board, which is a real option. That's a real... It's definitely an option that my opponent can run. Like, it's definitely viable in particularly Garchomp Lucario deck. In a Garchomp Lucario... Oh, he's Ultra Balling. What's he going for? Holy crap. Okay, so he needs Escape Board, DCE, Cynthia to win the game. Like, if he gets all 3 of those, then he will be able to win. But if he doesn't, then we will actually have been able to pull off the win. So one thing I did forget to mention, the reason that we are running Rainbow Energy as opposed to Psychic Energy in the deck builder is because this also allows us to use Tapu Lele-GX as an attack. Like, I know that in this case it's bad because it's like, well, now you're putting yourself in range of Garchomp's attack even after an armor press. So yeah, it sucks in that regard. But in the sense that we're able, like, because the name of the game is prize denial with this deck, the fact that we're just able to heal up completely 2 Pokemon with Lele's GX attack is completely invaluable. I can't believe I forgot to mention that, just because that was something that at first I was like, wait, why am I running Rainbow Energy? Oh yeah, duh, that's right. Tapu Cure. So yeah, that's why we're running Rainbow as opposed to Grass Energy. You can if you're like, oh, I'm never going to use Grass Energy. But, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. If you want to have the option of Tapu Curing, then definitely try it. But otherwise, you can run a regular Grass. And actually, my opponent did have to just attach and manually retreat. I will be able to go into Zoroark, and I'll be able to finish off this game with a riotous beating. Holy crap, that was such a good game. Like, man, that came down to the wire. Much closer than actually the game that I was so upset about you guys not seeing due to Camtasia crashing. So, TCGO had my back, was like, okay, I know that you are upset that you missed a chance to show your viewers a really good game, so I got you. I got you. I'm going to show you a game against a really fun deck and make you have to play out every single turn. So we were able to clutch the game in the end. That judge was huge. I mean, if my opponent... First of all, I had to run a skateboard. But if my opponent drew into the right cards, he could win, but luckily he did not. We're able to win the game, and I'm going to end the video there. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And this is Styx signing out. Why not? See you guys.